messed up a little bit on the question and answer thing because I thought you had to sign up and ask questions, and you did that in the middle. So I'm going to be Progress Energy's closest neighbor. I live 7,000 feet or less from where their nuclear reactor is going to be. And I have 3 questions I've been trying to get answered, and I think I got some answers, but not all. One of them is, I want to know how many people live within 7,000 feet or less of adjoining properties to 2 nuclear reactors in the state of Florida. And I want to know if there's been any health studies done on them people within 30 years. My other question is, on the outside border of their property, are you all going to require a fence to border their property all around to cut off the movement of the wild game to the state forest and surrounding people? And my third question is, what kind of information do you all have on the devaluing of the adjoining properties to a nuclear power plant? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert. That covers a lot of ground. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my colleagues to not address that right now so that we can keep going with the speakers. But Rich, Andy, whoever, some of those may fall within our bailiwick, some of them may be within the companies, but we're going to talk to you before this meeting ends, okay, about all of those issues. And thank you very much, Robert, for raising those questions to us. Okay, well, maybe you two should, maybe you can go on. Robert, would you mind going on with Rich now and with Dan Busati? Okay, thank you very much. Ken Frink and then Patricia Foreman, Ms. Epps, and Al Latimer. This is John Russell.
Thank you very much. Some of you that are local know me as a erstwhile congressional candidate in the last 2 election cycles. Have not been successful yet, but I'm here today as a citizen who is concerned with energy. I believe energy is the preeminent issue of our time. We fight wars over fossil fuels, where there's tremendous issue with where we are going here today, and I guess that's part of what this meeting is about. I'm a healthcare professional, right, and I'm also a businessman. I am concerned with any decision that involves constructing a dinosaur. Make no mistake about it. One gentleman alluded to fossil fuels becoming a dinosaur. You don't replace one dinosaur with another. Right now, as the gentleman was just mentioning here, his name I missed because I was working the camera. The bottom line is that the replacements for nuclear and fossil fuels are upon us today. And while I heard the representatives of the company, Ms. Barnwell and others who certainly have proprietary interests in constructing this plant, the basic issue is it's as if the future will stand still over the interval that from breaking ground to putting this plant online, and indeed charging present customers for the privilege of doing so. This is not right. We've heard people mention jobs. A couple thousand jobs that have been described as being generated by the construction and operation of this plant, both direct and indirect, will be far and away eclipsed by the numbers of quality jobs for the kinds of people that the people with the skill sets that would accommodate these jobs that are missing in action today with declining construction and a declining economy. The security of this plant, it is a bullseye. Any of these plants are a bullseye. I think Robert Kennedy spoke of 9/11, Robert Kennedy Jr., that if the plane had chosen to crash into a nuclear power plant up in that region, far more damage would have occurred by that plant crashing into the nuclear power plant than was seen in Manhattan. So we have to look at the security issues that are certainly superior in a decentralized power generation system. We are going to be spending over $1 trillion to rebuild our national grid. That national grid must incorporate, facilitate decentralized power generation. We are just eons behind the United Kingdom. And France was mentioned, but what are we going to do with those plants? That's why I asked that question before. We have plants that are old right now that need to be decommissioned. And I think several $100 million is a joke when we talk about the total costs over time of storing those materials. We today have no effective, planned, reliable means of dealing with even these small amounts of waste that the professor had discussed. They may be small, but they're potent. And I encourage people to look at a movie called Kilowatt Hours, Kilowatt O-U-R-S. It specifically delineates where we're at with regard to, even the mining of uranium, which is a declining resource in exactly the same way as oil. So what can we do? Well, we can look at vortex-induced vibration for aquatic clean energy, which is a hybrid which works. These are proven technologies. It's wave energy on steroids. And I, of course, on the campaign trail, one of the state senators that I was on the dais with, he had no clue what wave energy was. This is a problem that I spoke about that involves the political, industrial, hand-in-glove relationship that is in return for those lobbyist contributions of $2,300, we have people that go along and get along. There is great ownership in denying us progress in the future. This is more evidence of that. And I know I'm probably running into time here, but just want to make mention, since I know this is for the record, I think the key is that we make a stand, as the senior citizen pointed out, a stand for moving in the right direction. As this is not green, it's not efficient, it's not clean, and let's take a stand as the public and move forward towards the new energy age. The information age eclipsed by the new energy age. We can do it, and I thank you very much, and I thank these gentlemen for being here. I'm sure they mean well and want to do their job well, but we need to, as a citizenry, take the bull by the horns and take control of this rather than letting the utility companies and contractors, etc., run roughshod over our future and that of our children and grandchildren. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Evans.